vehicle tracking solutions. I think we're going to be live. Hey, what's up, ecosystem? How do you find cars? I mean, how do you really find them? You know, if it's your car, you could find it because you know where it is. Or you could find a car if somebody told you. Or you could use technology. So if it's your car, that's fine. 1 and 2 work. But what if it's 10 cars? What if it's 100 cars? You're going to need technology. The clock is ticking, and you might be losing money on this deal. So what's it going to be? AutoMap, vehicle tracking solutions. Buckle in. It's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, can you see me and hear me okay? I hope you can, because, man, I want to welcome you back to Auto Transport Intel on Tuesday nights live. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate it, and please do let me know if the audio and the video is okay. Listen, if it's your first time here, I want to welcome you back to the show. Well, if it's your first time here, you haven't been here before, so I want to tell you what's going on, okay? So I want to welcome you to the show. Okay, please feel free. Please join the live chat. You're going to see the live chat happening right now. And let's see here. Send me a message if there's anything. Okay, I think we're going. I think the audio's okay. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. And I want to say hello to you. We're going to go into the live chat and say hello in a couple minutes. So please do join the live chat. Thank you guys. I see it moving. That's awesome. Thanks so much. Also, then about 15 minutes into the show, we're going to go into industry news. That's fun stuff, memes, business stuff, real stuff, and stuff that's actually happened in the past week or so. I do a lot of social media posts. We're going to cover a couple of those real briefly. And then we're also going to go into, of course, the information superhighway. That's at about 25 minutes into the show. That's when I kind of set up the topic of what's going to happen tonight. We are lucky tonight. We're going to have an interview with Mark Sargent. He's the CEO of AutoMap Vehicle Tracking Solutions. That's going to be amazing. He's a co-founder. He's the CEO. And then we're going to also move into a live panel discussion with Michael Smith. He's the CTO. So the sound is slow. Is the sound okay for everybody else? Because I got a message that the sound is strange. Either sounds low or slow. So I'm moving up the fader. Let me know if that fixes the problem, because I want to make sure that everything is going smoothly as we move into the interview, etc. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to hear word from Murphy Auto Dispatch Services, and we're going to be right back to talk to the live chat. Please stick around.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Hey, thank you, Sue. Sue is a friend of the show. And if you have any questions for Sue, you have her phone number, you have her email address, you have dispatch questions, brokering questions, give her a call, contact her. She is really helpful. Now let's go into the live chat. Let's see what we got going on here tonight, guys. I know it's Tuesday night. By the way, I mean, I really mean it. I thank you for spending the time with me. I know you have a lot of options out there. There is, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on a Tuesday night, but there are other options, and you're choosing to join us here, and I appreciate that. All right, so Tom, he's in the live chat first. Hey, Jay, I'm back for another show. Hey, what's up, Tom? Thanks for joining the show. I appreciate it. Means a lot. Ty, is this where you find the map that leads to cars? Yes, Ty, that is correct. Ty, Tom's talking about the map that he's a boat hauler. Oh, awesome, man. Your trailer could be modified to fit a few cars. Why not? Jeff has a retracted message. No problem. Truckify and Superflow in the house. Jay and Ty, great show tonight. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. That's Moosey with Truckify, friend of the show, and also Mark at Superflow Fit Systems, friend of the show. I do appreciate it, guys. Sue says hello. Hey, what's going on? Carlos Braxton, what's up from ACB Logistics? What's going on, Carlos? Raina Transport LLC checking in. Thanks for tuning in, Raina. Let's see. Okay, MM, hello, everyone. What's up, MM? Tuning in. Fritz Duval, what's up, Jay and crew? What's up, Fritz? Thanks for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. And listen, if you guys have a question, if you want to share information, Ty was telling me that he thought he read a lot of posts that were kind of, car haulers with either questions or frustrations. You can vent that here, man. Do it. Let's talk about it live. We're actually here, so if you post something, if you post a question, comment, rant, idea, whatever it is, feedback, I'm going to read it, and then it's part of the live chat. It's part of history, man. Be a part of history. By the way, I also want to say this. Here's an idea. Listen, if the same old thing isn't working, this show, this really is a lot of new ideas here. These are, I know, lengthy interviews. It's a bit off track. It's not how do I load my next car. If you feel like the same old situation isn't working, I got new information here, and I want to help you. I really do. I know some of this is future stuff, but believe me, the picture will form. There will be days where people will come back and binge watch to try and catch up. Terry, hey, what's up? I'm told this is the spot to be in for some good information to start a car hauling business. There you go. And listen, Terry, it is not all, wine and roses. We're going to keep it real. But that way, you have a better chance of actually starting off on the right foot rather than just diving in and you hit the bottom of the pool and you don't want to do that. We don't want you to do that. Ty, hit the like button. Thank you, Ty. That's a good idea. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Wendy's here. What's up, Wendy? Thanks for tuning in. Hector Dash says hello. Hey, what's up, Hector? The one and only. Hey, y'all, amazing transport here. What's up, the one and only? Part of my core. Tom, you can hear me fine? Okay, that's great. I appreciate that. The audio sounds slow. So the audio sounds slow. Random voice. Ransom voice? Like the disguised voice? It's probably the computer. Because I got so many things running. That's my guess. Keep me posted. See and voice is okay. David Rodriguez says hello. Audio is a little off. AutoMap says hello. What's up, AutoMap? Welcome to the show, man. Hey, what's up? Okay, we got more what's up. Seaport Service Candy's here. Hey, greetings and salutations. You. What's up? That's right. Cody Martinez, loaded coming out of Phoenix. Thanks for your efforts. Awesome. Great, Cody. That's great. Thanks, man. UG, Yuri from Sunlight Services, New Jersey's in the house. What's up, UG? Andrew Matthews, hey y'all, I work with Mark and Michael at AutoMap. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, man. That's great. What else we got here? Sue, V.Drew. If y'all are carriers and going where the money is, California to East Coast is a drought. I have carriers running California to Massachusetts half full. Listen, Victor's not messing around, guys. Victor does have access to loads carriers. If you're looking for loads and you know you want to talk California to East Coast, that's actually pretty good because that could definitely help somebody. Hit Victor up. V.Drew has loads. That should be the marketing campaign. What else we got? Yes, 2 or 3, 1 delayed. Gartho, what's wrong with your voice? I don't know. Is my voice still messed up? I don't know, man. Check, 1, 2. I did a video test. Everything was fine. So I don't know. I do not know. V. Drew, the drought is everywhere, unfortunately. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? What's up? Hey, yo. Hey, what's up, Hotshot Dave? What it is? V.Drew Sue, unfortunately, I haven't seen a freight drop so hard in years. Winter arrived. Oh, man. Don't get me started about the winter. TDK Transports, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Really, it is. It's, you know, it's fun. But I tell you what, getting that, like, your audio's messed up, like, right away, like, what? Kind of threw me off, but I'm getting back in the groove. Hey, it's just like riding a bicycle. You're the marketing campaign. Well, you know, that's what I'm here for. Media and marketing. Anybody that, you know, people that don't understand why I'm doing this or what I'm doing. Okay, I'm a media guy. I have a marketing degree. And then car shipping found me. I wasn't searching for it, you know. And so then I realized, wow, this is such a great opportunity to put the channel together that I've been working so hard over all this time to try and really fine tune and figure out. And then, you know, meeting all the... Dude, half of the live chat, well, a quarter of it, knows me, knows what I'm trying to do, and is joining together. We're banding together. Everybody keeps saying we need a better community. We need a way to stay in touch and get the information out. Newsflash. Had to wait. It's called Auto Transport Intel. Your voice sounds super deep. Really? That is really weird, man. The voice is okay? I don't know. That is really... So if I make my voice really... I sound like Mitch McConnell. I just figured out how to do Mitch McConnell. Oh, man. Who'd have thought? Okay, listen, guys. That was Hello Live Chat. Yeah, it was strange. We're going to go to industry news next. You're going to want to stick around.
Hey guys, Ty, CTS Business Coaching. I connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. If you're a dealer and you're not getting your inventory on the lot in 5 days ready to sell, you've got a problem. It's called interest. Like I'm telling you something you don't know. Give me a call. I can connect you with an auction and a carrier, and you can get your cars on the lot in 5 days or less. 417-483-2764. Thanks and have a great day.
So I don't know what to do about the deep voice thing. I have no idea what to do about that. I just have to keep going, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll change. Just keep me posted, will ya? Will you guys do that for me? Because I have no idea. I don't have like a super deep voice witch. So, I mean, y'all get some helium at the break. Okay. Hey, let's keep moving. Super deep voice or not. You might be a trucker if you have driven into the sunrise and sunset in the same day. You might be a trucker if 3 hots and a cot means weekends at home. Barry White. You might be a trucker if, after only sitting in a seat all day, you can barely move your arms. You might be a car hauler if you love this photo. I love this photo. There is the open highway, endless roads to travel as a trucker. But what's that shadowy place over there? That is a way station, and you must never go there. That was like super deep. Super deep. Florida to Texas, 3 vans, $900. That's a real post, folks. That's what's so fun about this show. That's real, man. So, I mean, you know what? Do it yourself. Why not? Let me know how that works out for you. Well, they said it was paying $300 COD. I thought it was a good deal. That is crazy. Are you crazy? That's the officer. These two guys. Is that a guy? I don't know, but he's waiting. Yeah, these two guys, and then they're like, dude, you see these guys over here? This conversation is gold, right there. Gold conversation. That's a reality show right there. Just do a close up. We'll shoot it against the Winnebago. How's the light? All right, good, and roll camera. That's awesome. Golden conversation. Okay. You know, I hate that when I zoom in and out and then it goes away. So let's do... Luckily, I know these... Yeah, I know it a little bit. Okay. Okay. Real posting. Can you guys see that? Florida to California. 21 cents a mile. Ooh, a Bentley and a Honda. Dude, real posting. I'm telling you, man. Really? Okay. Idaho? Really? Idaho to California for 13 cents a mile? Really? Are you serious, man? I mean, come on. I'm so glad that, here we go. I'm so glad I'm retiring next year. I miss paper logs. I'm sick and tired of the government sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. ELDs, AOBRD, it's all garbage. They freeze up, record wrong info, then it's an ordeal to straighten it out. Anyone interested in driving a truck or a motor coach, I seriously would rethink your career choice. The insurance companies, yeah, this is your, yeah. Insurance companies. After 40 years of commercial driving, I am done. But the industry will still wonder why there's a shortage of drivers. Adios. Automotive view on Brexit. 1 in 3 automotive companies will have cut jobs to prepare for the no deal. That's nice. Thanks. Well, I just feel great now. Police, thieves hold gun to guard's head, steal 19 vehicles from auction yard. You guys see this? I think this was this Mannheim, Atlanta? I want to say. I don't want to spread any rumors, but I think it was. Let's see. 19 young people go on an auction yard, steal 19 vehicles. Okay, 19 people go on the auction yard to steal 19 vehicles. Sound like an inside job? How did it happen? The auto yard is massive with several gates manned by security guards, owned by Mannheim, has several locations. One hit in the very early hours of the morning, located at Campbellton Road. One of the 19 drew a gun, the other 18 watched. Not everything went smoothly for the thieves, though. In a hurry to leave, 2 of the drivers had a wreck. Julie Schiff, who works for Mannheim, said the company is cooperating fully with law enforcement. She added there are measures at the lots to protect employees. Oh, man. Now, that's part 2 of the reality show, is those 2 guys that wrecked on the way out of Mannheim. Oh, man, that's awesome. What's up with undercover brokers posting on as if they were customers? Is that happening? I didn't know that. That's an interesting. I'm going to look for that. I don't think they're posting for 13 cents a mile, though. Okay, Ziggy says, just an observation. People ask in this group daily, where can I get the cheapest insurance? Who has the cheapest straps? Who sells the cheapest trucks? Who will rebuild my motor the cheapest? Who sells ramps the cheapest? What is the cheapest tire? And then they complain about cheap freight. Well, maybe it's the mentality that you share with your customers. I was thinking about that, man. Thank you, Ziggy. Provide the best, get the best. Very interesting. Man, look at this. This thing blew up. That was a week ago. Blowing up. In fact, you know Ziggy, you know IATA.biz. You got to go to IATA.biz. Find out more about it. It's time to make a difference. Stephen Rowe asking whether or not IATA is worth it. I think they're probably worth it just for the knowledge members have. But, just in case that's not enough, hey, this is Steve from Auto Hauler Supply. Thanks for your business. You'll be getting $150 back because you're an IATA member. How cool is that? Real discounts. I need advice. Which is better for an LLC or an Inc. for a trucking company? I still got the deep voice? Okay. That's a joke. Thank you so much. Hey, CTS Transport Business Coaching. You need help setting up an LLC? Okay. Now, they don't help you set up the LLC, but if you have a question, do I go with an Inc? Do I go with an LLC? Should I do an S Corp? Should I buy a truck, trailer? Get the authority? Do I get the big truck and trailer? Do I go with the pickup? CTS Business Coaching. This is pretty cool. This was sent by Hector. Hey, you watching, Hector? Hector sent me this. Thank you, Hector. This is exciting. You know what? To see auto transport, Intel, on your computer screens. 3 screens. Thank you, Hector. That's awesome, man. This was, what was that, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Yeah. Thank you guys so much for putting in the time and listening. This video's doing really well, and I've talked to several people that it seems to kind of have shaken up a little bit of information. I've had a few phone calls I didn't expect. I hope to keep it rolling, and if you have information, news, or you want to get in on auto transport software race, this is the place, Auto Transport Intel. Oh, here we go. Mike Cook Haas. Haas's RV Trailer and Support. There's a phone number. Don't be at a loss. Call Haas. There you go. Throwing bones. Hey, Hanson and Adkins. They're having a hiring event. See, and there's a jack-o'-lantern to prove that this is recent. Man, you know what? That's a big company. They need good drivers. Give them a call. Visit them on Facebook. Say hello from ATI. Just talking about the auto transport software race. I shared that. Look at that, man. Automotive logistics market set to grow from more than 115 billion to over 170 billion by 2025. Now that's global, but still, dang, it's a big number. Overseas auto shipping affect your assets at home. Yeah, I shared this a few days ago. You know, Grimaldi. Yeah. Guess what it's like to own vessels and the tariffs hit. Man. This is interesting. India's largest transport network? Cars and bikes. Carbikemovers.com? Why am I sharing this? I'm just giving marketing ideas. Listen, man. You want to move a bike? You want to move and it's want to shift. In India, they say shift? That's interesting. You want to shift a car, a bike, or a household? Or all 3? No kidding. IBA approved professional car transportation by train in India. Car shifting in India. I want to shift my car. Learn something. Learn something every day. Here we go. Trucking grapples with the impact of legalization of marijuana. And you could hear a pin drop in that conference. Really? Did he just... Clearinghouse. United Road has acquired Team Driveaway. That's interesting. Actually, that's very interesting. Here's why. The hauling of heavy trucks is a $3 billion a year industry, whereas new and used car amount to $9 billion. Well, shoot, yeah. Take another $3 billion on our $9 billion. What? Car shipping technology announcement. Velocity by Certus. Dude. Brand new stuff. That happened in the last 7 days. Along with Ship.Cars made an announcement in the last 7 days. Market, Shipperlight, Calcatron, etc. ACV. That show was last Tuesday night. I'm telling you, information is rolling. So, I mean, that's why I do a show live every Tuesday night, man. Things are moving, dude. Tonight, we have AutoMap. What's AutoMap? Vehicle tracking solutions. How important is that? Ho, Mo Frere. Used Car Week is in 3 weeks. I'm going to be there. It doesn't mean you have to be there. I know a lot of people watching the show have no intention of being at Used Car Week. That's why I'm going to be there bringing you the news. There is a lot of information happening in used cars, secondary market. Okay, that is industry news for tonight. So I'll tell you what, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do a little bit of information superhighway right after the break. You're going to want to stick around. IATA stands for Independent Auto Transporters Alliance. Visit the website, iata.biz. The mission, driving auto transport business together.
drivers, managers, owners, carriers, networking and sharing best practices. IATA provides access to suppliers with discounts. That's right, discounts. IATA, always working to make the car shipping industry better. IATA, something we can all be proud of. If you're a carrier and you're interested in joining IATA, visit the website, iata.biz. Click on Become a Member. Follow the register and checkout process. Got questions? Click Contact Us on the website.
That's right. You guys like heavy metal? That's awesome, man. Awesome. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, so information superhighway. Listen, if you just joined the show, if you're just joining right now, I thank you for joining Auto Transport Intel on Tuesday Nights Live. You made it just in time for the information superhighway. I'm going to try and get through this quickly. This is an informational setup of what we're going to talk about tonight with our AutoMap Vehicle Tracking Solutions interview. You know you're on the YouTube channel. Feel free to give a like and share. Please do. I appreciate that. Got the Facebook page. Sorry, we changed it. Auto Trans Intel. Please check it out. Man, I should be live streaming to it right now. I haven't even checked in with that. I think that's happening. I don't know. Let me know. Okay, CTS page. Nope, that's not it. All right, keep going. CTSBusinessCoaching.com. You need business coaching? Check it out. So what are we talking about tonight? Okay. Vehicle tracking solutions, right? Your car, somebody told you 10 cars, 100 cars. How about a sea of cars? Have you ever Googled sea of cars? I mean, why would you, right? Why Google it when you can see it in real life, right? You're a carrier. You've been to the auction. Just a sea of cars. You know how many times a carrier's told me, man, I hate going to the auction because it takes 2 hours to get my car. I got to hire car pullers and spend that money. What, $8 a car, 4 cars? Why pay another $30 just because you don't know where the car is, right? How about a dealership? Dealership of cars, right? Dealerships, tons of cars. Where's the car? Bank wants to audit. We got another audit. Dude, I just did an audit. Got to do another lot count. Lot count? Oh, man. You mean like Lundegard and Fargo? Lot count? How about the auction lot? You walk the auction lot? I know, we're still talking about it. Car City, right? Mannheim. You've seen Mannheim lot maps? You know, just because they have a map of the Mannheim doesn't mean that helps you find the car. So how are you going to find your car? Right? What could we do? What technology could we employ to find a car? All right, let's go back in time. Barcodes, right? Here, let's do this. This way you can see a little bit better. Barcodes. All right. Now that's barcode technology. That's like 70 years old, 60 years old. And it's great, little scanners and, you know, I don't have to tell you how it works. But you know what? It's not as efficient as it could be. I mean, it's one step in the right direction. It's better than walking 5 miles. Then there's RFID. Now, RFID, radio frequency identification using electromagnetic fields to automatically identify and track tags attached to objects. Great technology, but it's not 100% for the purpose that we're talking about. We're talking about dealers and carriers trying to find 100 cars at a time, 500 cars at a time, quickly, right? Or find one specific car that's been moved 5 times that day. What about GPS? GPS, global positioning, now that's going to be helpful. Actually, that's going to be really helpful. But how do we employ GPS technology in the cars? Like, does each car have a device? What's a good way to do that? Well, how about using Bluetooth technology? Bluetooth technology, okay, so Bluetooth in every car connected to by GPS. How about the OBD port, the OBD2, right? That's the port under, you're sitting in the car, you're holding the steering wheel. Look down there. Don't flip the hood up, but there's another port down there, right? You know, where you stick your ELD, right? Your ELD. Okay, Jay, we got it. Jeez, don't yell at us. All right. Now, the Internet of Things is talked about a lot. And that, if somebody asked me today, this was a great question. Why do you think car shipping industry is finally evolving? Well, I think it's because of the Internet of Things, because all the other areas, they're evolving, and it's pushing car shipping to evolve, right? Otherwise, we'd still have the bill of lading for the 1400s, from the 1400s. But the Internet of Things, it's here. Everything's a connected appliance, which brings us to connected vehicle technology. There's just one problem with connected vehicle technology. Connected vehicle technology will enable cars, trucks, buses, and other vehicles to talk to each other. That doesn't mean it's happening now. In fact, a lot of OEMs, as they're working on electric vehicles, EVs, right now to be sold in 10 years, they will contain connected vehicle technology, but that's not today. So what are we talking about here? Barcode scanners, RFID. We're using the cloud. That's what we're about to talk to AutoMap about. Using the cloud and Bluetooth, GPS to connect the vehicles in real time so everything is accounted for, and so that you truly have vehicle inventory tracking real time in a way that you can use it that helps your business. There it is. AutoMap.us. Go to AutoMap.us. So AutoMap has the technology, employs the technology, and they're on the show tonight to talk about how it's going to benefit you. Listen, if you are a dealer or a carrier, or you're both, maybe you're a broker working with a carrier or a dealer, maybe you're an OEM, maybe you just work in a different area of the industry, I think that you're going to find these interviews and panel discussion really helpful and informative. That's what this show is all about. So let's do this. Hey guys, CTS Business Coaching question of the day. I just showed it to you. What's the URL for the website that you're going to go to? There it is. What's the URL of the website you're going to go to visit AutoMap? You can't see it. It's not on your screen, so you don't see it. What is the website that you're going to go to see AutoMap? All right? That's the question. Okay, and I've missed a lot of live chat, man. Thank you guys so much for saying hello and tuning in. It's AutoMap.us. It's AutoMap.us. Hey, I'll tell you what. Stick around, watch this video. We're going to be back with Mark. He's the CEO of AutoMap. You're going to want to check this out. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. And with me now, can you see me? Can you hear me, Mark?
I can see you. I can hear you.
Oh, awesome. I can see you and I can hear you. That means we're live, dude. You're live on Auto Transport Intel. Thank you for joining us tonight. For anyone that's not familiar with you and your company, will you please introduce yourself?
My name is Mark Sargent. I'm the CEO of AutoMap. I started off actually building old devices, and as we started marketing, I went into the sales and marketing side of things, and just kept on with the business side. And when it was time for our CEO to step down, I got named, and I'm just in this new role here for the last 3 weeks. So I've got so much on my plate at this point in time.
Wow.
But we're very excited about where things are going and the direction that we want to take the company in. Point.
Now,
Go ahead.
well, I was just saying that I didn't know, man. I'm surprised you have time to come on the show with me tonight, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. It's after hours anyway for everybody, so it should be okay.
Yes, but I mean, it's still even at what? So you're on the West Coast. It's 6:30. I'm sure there's emails that you need to get to and all kinds of stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
There's never a lack of work. That's for sure.
Before I ask you, like, some more of your day to day, I mean, so what is AutoMap? When did it start, and what is AutoMap doing today?
AutoMap, the original company started over 10 years ago, and we were actually in the RFID world at that point in time. So we're very familiar with RFID. It's the advantages and the disadvantages of that system. But about 5 years ago, we were approached by a bank and said, can you use your inventory tracking system to help audit a dealership that we have to go out and audit all the time? They're about 6 hours away for somebody to go out and back every 2 weeks. And we found that with RFID, any dealer that is determined enough can actually, it doesn't matter if it says tamper proof or not, they are able to spoof that system at some point in time. So we could not get the security in there. So that's when we moved actually to the OBD unit and the Bluetooth, and we were able to talk directly with the car itself, ensure that the signal that we're getting is from the car also. Another problem that we had with RFID is there was a lot of infrastructure, antenna systems that had to be put up and the like. We've eliminated infrastructure with AutoMap, and that is one thing that I'm very proud of, that we're able to simplify the system, and actually we made it less expensive than what our RFID system was to start with.
Right.
So security, and you went through several of the different methods of inventory tracking, but how many of those have a human component to it? How many times with the barcode, you got to scan? Somebody's got to be out there scanning. RFID. Are we sure that that RFID tag is in the right car? So are you this is even worse than not tagging a car, is tagging the wrong car. Now you're on for a ghost. So we had to make something that was technologically advanced, that can be used by accounting departments to the lot attendants themselves. Something that it was comprehensive but simple to use, and that's what we came up with.
It's interesting because, like, when I was doing some of the research for the superhighway, and I was looking at, like on barcodes. So people, they print out the barcode, right? They peel it off, they put it on something. Yeah, okay, you put it on the wrong thing, that's a problem. Or you put it on the thing and now it needs to get moved and you're trying to scrape it off. Right? The primitive nature of so many of those, yeah, it should be temporary, but you've got to go through all that manual process. Whereas, when we're talking the OBD2, tell me more about that, because that's so interesting.
Well, what we've done is you've probably seen a lot of OBD units out there. I mean, they've got them for the insurance companies. They've got Bluetooth ones that the mechanics can use for their equipment as well. Well, what we've done is we've put just the essentials in our unit, and we've made it very small. So all it's going to do, you plug it in, the car's turned on, or you turn the car on so it can communicate with the vehicle itself, automatically programs the device. So, and that'll be done in like 15 seconds. Removal is simply taking it out and removing it. You can put it into the next car, it'll reprogram itself. Cool. So there is it's completely reusable. You're going to get accurate information from the vehicle, and you're going to know that when you're receiving a signal, it's automatically, it's going to be assured that it is the correct vehicle itself, and there's really not a way to spoof this system. So not only are we going to be giving the location, but a lot of things that these other systems cannot give. I mean, battery level. How important is it for dealers, the OEMs, auction yards to know, is this car about ready to die, or is it dead already? Are we going to need to have a charge unit? If you're a dealer, that's the last thing you want, is they go out and try to jumpstart a car in front of a customer.
And find out the hard way, right?
Right. And what about fuel? Even for the OEMs, you can only have so much fuel in the car when you're shipping it. So you need to have an accurate count of that. Engine error codes. Everyone needs to know whether or not the car needs to be worked on and what type of work is required. We're going to be able to tell you when it was last started, how many miles have been placed onto the car. There's so many things that we can do here. RFID can't do that. The barcodes definitely can't do that. You need something that's actually hooked into the system to be able to give you this information. So, at the cost of a lot of these other systems, we're able to give so much more information. And with that information, you can then apply all your metrics that you want to it. And another great thing about our system is we give automated reports to the people that want them. Every day they'll get a list of the batteries that need to be charged. Every day they'll get a list of cars that haven't been seen and the like. Now, I said we removed the infrastructure. A lot of the vehicles out there, a lot of these other OBD devices have got SIM cards. So we're already talking with a cellular network. So, but when you put something like that in, not only does it increase the cost of the device, but now you've got a service charge for connecting on a cell service for each one of these devices.
Right.
So the cost goes up exponentially when you're talking about a full lot of cars. Now, with us, we just have a Bluetooth signal, and so people say, well, I can get 30, 40 feet with a Bluetooth signal. How's that helping me? Well, the way we've eliminated the infrastructure is that we've turned every cell phone into a scanner. So we've got an app that goes on Androids and iPhones. And here's an example right there of a car that's been, it was seen today. Right there, I looked for it. And it gives all the information of, and it would give warnings here. Hey, there's a low battery, there's engine error codes or anything. It'll pop it right up there. So whenever someone's looking for a car, not only is it getting the location, but we're, getting all the other information as well. The great thing about this is I'm scanning for modules right now.
And when you say that, so yeah, because I saw I think I saw an image or a video where you're saying, so as people, as your employees walk the lot and all their phones are scanners, car data is constantly being updated in the system without them even trying to do anything.
Correct. There's no human interaction. I mean, when you go to move a car, you're going to be, all you have to do is have the app on.
Wow.
You put it in your pocket, you move the car, it says, oh, I've moved it from here to here. But not only that, it's verifying every other single car it passes by. So now, this is just crowdsourcing. As people are moving around the lots, you're going to be picking up all those cars. And if, let's say, you want to make sure you see a car every 3 days, you want to make sure it's still on the lot. Okay, well, I'll send you a report. If you don't see it in 3 days, you're going to get a report of these cars. And quite frequently, they're going to be in maybe some little section of a lot where somebody hasn't visited. So you just send somebody out there with the app running, drive through, and pick everything up. Now you're all compliant with yourself.
Wow, that really lends itself to automation in the future, doesn't it? You could just have a drone fly around the lot.
Yeah, it's been a thought.
That's crazy.
Liability insurance.
Right,
we're still working on that part. But But no, it can lend itself to a lot of different things. Now think of when an auditor comes out. I mean, we were approached by a bank. Now we've teamed up with a new auditing company that has come out and wrapped its technology around ours, and now we have the first auditing company that just announced itself. It's called 12th Tech, they announced themselves a couple months ago. They've wrapped their electronic auditing around our technology.
Nice.
So now they'll be able to compete with all the boys out there, or girls. Let's not be sexist.
Right. Hey, I want to say this. Andrew has a great live chat. He posts. Okay, Andrew with AutoMap here. What are some of the concerns car haulers have regarding vehicle tracking? Now, I want to say this because I've noticed there's moments where I think things quiet down because folks are kind of tuned in. I get like that. I want to answer that. I think, from what I know, is that every time I send a car hauler or hotshot truck trailer, all right, to an auction, to a Mannheim or an Odessa, all right, I'm just going to, because those are really big, right? Then what happens is, I thought it was a good thing that, because we can verify that the car is there ready for pickup. I got it. I got the info. I got the address. I know it's there. And I know it's a run and drive because it's not a Copart or IAA, I think. Okay, right? I know as much as I can. I know the car's there. As a dispatcher, I'm pretty excited. The car hauler, he gets through the gate with his gate pass, walks into this ocean of vehicles, and he's like, oh, man. 2-3 hours later, finds his one car. So, Andrew, the concerns of car haulers with vehicle tracking, what they're not saying is, I think a lot of people don't realize how much this is going to help reduce 2 hours to 5 minutes. I don't think they realize. That's one of the things about this show. We're talking about stuff that a lot of people right now are thinking, how do I get another car in Alabama right now so I can get loaded and get back to Jersey? That's what a lot of guys are thinking about. And I used to do that show. But I tell you what, man, you could do that every week. I want to talk about what's changing, what's happening. I tell you what, this inventory tracking stuff, for what it means for the car shipping industry, it's amazing what this will do for guys' time. You think you're
not only that, when the guys are loading the vehicles up, we can verify. I mean, we're right now in the process of integrating with software, with some of the shipping software. So we haven't completed that yet, but we're in the process. So when they're using the shipping software, they're going to be able to use the AutoMap system integrated into that. They can verify each car that's loaded up. There's not going to be a misload, or I don't know if that's a word or not, but get an electronic.
Yeah, actually, there is a misload is when a car hauler looks for a car, can't find it, and leaves. Too bad, because it was there.
And also, we got the electronic verification and delivery too.
But
we're going to be able to know when that car arrives at that location.
Right.
And along with that, the driver can have their app running in their car, and just sitting on the car seat. It's going to pick up every one of the cars he's hauling. Now nobody has to get in touch with him to wonder, okay, where are you? When's the car going to be here? They're going to know this. Right. There's going to be complete visibility. Now, I realize that could be concerning for some people. Of, oh gosh, they're really watching what we're doing.
We don't have time for that now.
But with the way technology is going right now, this is going to happen one way or another. And to do it on your own terms and being able to adopt this and be proactive, and this is what I've told other companies as well. This is happening.
Oh yeah.
It's where you're going to adopt this. Are you going to be at the forefront of grabbing the opportunity and showing your customers how transparent you can be and what you can offer them? Or are you going to come into this late in the game and all of a sudden be playing catch up? All your competitors are already doing this, and they're able to show this visibility where you're saying, well, I can't really tell you where that car is. Because I can tell you some car haulers, when their customers are calling, they try to get a hold of their drivers, and they can't. It'll be 8-10 hours before somebody gets a call back.
Oh yeah.
What is that? What kind of either customer service or perception does that give?
And that is because they don't have the answer. The whole reason of not picking up the phone is because you don't have the answer. If you have the answer, yeah, hello, this is Jay, I got the answer. What I think is so amazing about you integrate your technology with the dispatch, right? So you get let's say a dispatcher or car hauler gets a dispatch of a load. Now it's on the TMS. Now it's on the mobile app. The driver goes to look for his vehicle information and not only gets your make model, but exactly where this car is sitting right now. That
As long as the client is using the system, yes.
exactly. There's that would be amazing.
And I mean, it's totally feasible. It's totally possible.
Wow.
And that's why we price ourselves as the least expensive unit that can do this type of give this type of information out there. We want to make sure that there's a great penetration in the market because we realize that everybody can use this. We've got the dealers, we've got the auctions, we've got the finance companies. We're doing a lot in finance that might possibly dictate how the future GPS and tracking. And we've got the OEMs. We've got a contract with Mercedes-Benz right now. And we're monitoring their marshaling yard down in Vance, Alabama. So we are taking this to all sections of the automotive community because everybody can use this. They use it a little bit differently, but they all can use this information.
I want to share that. You shared an image with me. So let's see here. We've got. This is a picture of. Is this the Mercedes-Benz? Can you see that on your screen?
Yeah. Yep, I can see it. That's Mercedes-Benz with a partial rollout. If we actually had that, the whole thing would be about green. But this is as we were rolling it out, we were showing the visibility there on the lots. They could pull up any particular car. So now that anybody needs to take it to repair accessories, anything like that, they can locate the vehicle, grab it, and be on their way rather than have to search for a car. And I gotta say that Mercedes is pretty good with finding their cars, even without us to start with. But it's that the problem is that 5% that somebody moves and doesn't put into the computer where they moved it or something like that. Now all of a sudden we're spending thousands of hours a year looking for these 5%, which we're guessing where it might be. So, and not only that, we're going to end up saving them a ton on battery replacements because they're going to get notified when the car batteries are starting to go.
You know what I like about this image is it lets you know how out of control this can get if you had no technology.
Right. Right.
This could be, you get a couple new people in there from, and the day that are not organized, and okay, let's go do a lot count. Really?
Oh, yeah, incredible.
Take a week.
And actually, if you notice that one map over here on the right-hand side with the Dodge dealer, you'll notice that there are different colors.
Yeah.
Green means that they were seen, because remember how I said you wanted to see these cars within a X amount of period? They want to see their cars every 2 days. So as they're going through picking up cars, all those greens, they were seen in the last 6 hours. Now, It starts going to yellow and orange the closer you get to that 2 days. The only red ones that were on that map that were over 2 days old, we discovered that those cars had actually been sold and not taken out of inventory.
Right. Wow. Man.
So this is just a constant update. We have people that are going through these lots every day. I dare somebody to say we don't have somebody go through a lot once a day, either to pick up a car, to move a car, or place a car.
That is awesome. It's really amazing stuff. I know we're going to bring in Michael here in a few minutes. Let's see here. I had that one. Let's see. I've got another photo here. Yeah, what's this Wildcats? That's the Dodge one. Same one.
That's still the Dodge one.
That's closer.
This is a completely filled out one.
Oh, okay.
And the same thing happened with these. It's just getting the process of when they get the cars sold and getting them taken out of inventory, and our system being alerted to that, because we'll tie into their inventory system.
Wow, you can see that one out on Bunker Avenue.
And that was actually somebody traveling, taking that car from the lot to the dealership. This particular dealership has 27 lots spread out. So they needed it. Matter of fact, I don't think they can function without it at this point in time.
Oh, no way. Take away this system and they would be really upset.
They would be paralyzed.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's why we try to treat them as good as possible, because we want to make sure that we have a good reputation with customer service and meeting the needs of our customers as well, whatever field that they're going to be in. So, yeah, that was just an example, because when I'm guessing that they passed by another car that had the scanner running, and the person that was in that car did not have the scanner, because otherwise that would have ended up in a lot.
Right. Yeah, I was actually, when we were talking about the scanner idea, I was thinking, yeah, because obviously the more people that have, so you have as long as you have the app running, right, installed and running.
Yeah. It's out there picking up. Our device kicks out a signal every 3/4 of a second. And we've designed these modules to be in cars for extended periods of time. If you put one of these modules on a regular car battery, it would drain it in 6 years. So if the battery dies, it's not the module's fault. It's the other electronics that would be in the car. Matter of fact, Cadillacs themselves are notorious for eating that battery up, just sitting there with their onboard electronics. So
that's good to know.
But
right.
At least we can tell them, hey, time to pay attention to that car.
It's reading battery, it's reading fuel. Did you say are there other aspects that it's reading them?
Mileage change. We can let you know when somebody started it last. So we do actually, you know, we like to say we don't have infrastructure, but we do have some long range antennas if people want to monitor a lot, you know, overnight or something like that, because we know that people say we want something for theft. Well, with these antennas, I can tell you when something disappears, when it shouldn't be disappearing, but I can't tell you where it went. And so, I mean, we're not a theft prevention, but we are an alert system.
Well, this is where overlapping technologies, I'm sure your strategic partnerships come into view on this.
Yes, and we've got partnerships with not only audit companies. I've got a partnership that is forming with another OBD supplier that does actual the SIM cards as well, but to monitor loaner fleets as well. So because I can't keep track of somebody of a loaner car, but through that strategic partnership, we're going to be able to do that for the dealership. We've got a partnership that we're putting together with a photo booth as well, so we can take pictures at auctions or at dealerships just by merely driving through. It'll identify the car, take a 360-degree picture of the car. They just drive out, and they identify those pictures with that VIN.
That stuff, I've heard about some of that technology. I think that there is a lot of interesting photo and audio technology coming that will take out the need for a person to do that. And it'll have so much more information than currently. Because right now it's up to, okay, do you have your phone? Do you stand at the corner of the car? Do you stand, are you going to do it's up to the discretion of the person taking the pictures. Whereas if you can standardize with technology, my goodness.
Through my partnerships, I can have a dealer be able to take a 360-degree picture of a car in 30 seconds and drive out and get the other car in there.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom.
Wow, that's cool.
And this is just the beginning of what we can do. integrating with the DMSs automatically, we can do that. Our integration process with any software is trivial. It's just a matter of whether or not these companies want to do this sooner or later, because I'm afraid it's going to happen at some point.
Well,
they're going to figure it out.
It's not just the need for the broker or the OEM to know these things, but also I think as we move forward to the future of dealership marketing, some of these promises of speed and information moves into where's the car right now, and what's its status, what's its condition. As dealerships, I've seen some of this marketing where dealerships in the future look more like coffee shops or places you might hang out and do other things. And as you move into that world, you need to be able to, I know exactly where the car is, I know exactly what its status is, etc., rather than surprises and customer dissatisfaction. That's going to be a problem in the future. I think there are several companies that are already moving in that direction of that promise. So to deliver on that, you're going to need these other levels of technology.
Yeah, and I'm also just imagining with the auctions too, if not only the auction but the dealer that's purchasing the vehicle knew all the history of it, came in with these engine error codes, and they're not there anymore. At least I know that it did have these things. Might be able to decrease some arbitration as well. So there's cost saving on so many different levels that
legal, banking, right, and that's where you talked about the floor
You don't
plan.
have to go back and either pick up a car you couldn't find, or you don't drop off a car at the wrong place. Everything is sequential, and you're able to know this stuff all electronically.
It's fun.
And I don't care, and I don't care how much these new cars are having their own telematics put into there either, because the telematics for a lot of these OEMs go back to the OEMs. It doesn't go to your audience. They're not able to get that information. There's no way to disseminate that at this point in time too. So anyway,
well, somebody was saying my voice was deeper again, and I didn't know. It's interesting. It throws me off when I hear something, about the show, because I'm the technical crew also on the live show. But we had some good comments. Andy was talking virtual management, and then there was some car transport comments. I wonder if someone can chime in on those. But listen, we're at the 1 hour mark. I say we do this. Let's bring Michael in. Let's bring Ty in. So let's do that here in a minute. I'll tell you what, everybody, please stick around. We are going to be right back. Here, let me take these items off the screen so we're ready to go. Okay, ready for this? Stick around.
Historically, buying and selling wholesale vehicles is time-consuming, expensive, and loaded with risk. With ACV, our 20-minute online auctions provide immediate access to thousands of dealers who are ready to buy. Our inspectors complete comprehensive condition reports right at your dealership, from engine fluid levels and OBD2 scans to paint meter readings and tire tread depths with tons of high-res photos. Our condition reports take the guesswork out of wholesale. The ACV team comes to your dealership, inspects the vehicles you'd like to sell, and loads them into the app, and you're selling vehicles in no time. There are no fees for running a vehicle that doesn't sell, and you don't have to worry about transportation to a physical auction. See how ACV can work with your dealership at acvauctions.com.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. So do me a favor. Hey, by the way, I'm still trying to troubleshoot. Now, is my voice still low, or is my voice high, or is it normal? So we're running a little contest right now where we're trying to figure out. Let me say, is it still too deep? It's better than being too high. Is it still too deep? Right now, anybody joining the show is like, what is going on Auto Transport Intel? There's Ty. What's going on, Ty? Can you see me and hear me okay? Check. Okay. I can't hear you, Ty, but I know you know what to hit. You hit a button. Mark, can you see me and hear me? You can?
I can.
You can. Okay, Ty, can you see me and hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do I sound deep or do I sound normal?
No, I think you've got too much going on your computer and it's choppy.
Oh, it's choppy.
In the beginning, it sounded a little slow.
Okay.
Now it's choppy. There's this like little click every 5 seconds.
It was it. Okay, so what I did was I unplugged a wire and plugged it back in, because in car hauling, if there's a problem, what do? You unplug a wire and you plug it back in.
That's right.
So I just did that. I got a never too deep, normal now.
Yeah, you're not clicking
so
now.
Everything's
so
good now. So it was the cable. All right, and
watch those cables. Do you put any brake fluid on it?
Yeah, I put some. Well, what I did was I used my OBD2. Okay. Hey, check it out, guys. Michael is with us. Michael, can you see us and hear us okay?
Michael.
So I just did that.
Michael, can you
he's
hear us?
watching the show. So do me a favor, Michael. You got to stop watching the show, because if you're on the show and you listen to the show, then you enter the Matrix. Okay.
I've been there. And yeah, it's crazy.
Whoa. All right. So if you're not used to,
I got to interrupt real quick.
Yeah,
I've been
please.
watching the live chat. Some guy, Eddie, on there wants to know why the rates are so low.
I know. What's up?
You got any answers, Mark or Michael? You know why the rates are so low?
I know. This is curveball time.
The transport rates, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For carriers. Posted rates for carriers.
I could throw out some wild speculations there, but I really don't know. We could go all the way to scare of something like automated driving, but there's no way it's that. But I really don't know.
I like to blame it on politics, really.
We can blame everything on
Oh,
politics.
God, no, it's not that kind of show.
Not that kind of
No,
story.
get away from it. Get away. Run away.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, isn't that funny? Like, to do a political show, I'll just say this: to do a political show would be nearly impossible, because nothing stays the same even 24 hours later. You literally, all you would do is make new content and then hit delete and then make more and then hit delete. It'd be crazy. So no, I'm so glad we don't do a political show. And that is going to wrap up our political segment for this evening.
Thanks, Ty.
But no, seriously, he asked a good question. We'll come back to it. Michael, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. Michael, for anybody just joining, please tell us who you are and tell us more about AutoMap, please.
Well, Mark seemed to cover quite a bit of it. I am the technical lead at AutoMap. The title is Chief Technical Officer. I'm one of the founders of AutoMap. As Mark mentioned, the CEO had left recently. He was another founder. But AutoMap is a company we've been around. Actually, Mark, I think Mark had said 10 years. We're running more on 13 years now. We provide a service because people make mistakes. If people always park the cars and where they're supposed to be parked, and if people did not misplace things, we would have no reason to have a business. But because people do make mistakes, that's why we're there. And that's kind of our philosophy of our company, is people make mistakes. So because of that, we try to automate things as much as possible. So like the installation of the devices, you just plug it in with the car on, that's it, it's done. There's nothing else to do. Or to uninstall, you just unplug it, you're done. There's no, throughout all the process, there's nothing anybody ever types into a computer anywhere to give the information to computer to anybody. Everything is completely automated. And that's really about kind of a backbone of the philosophy of how to design this and use it as well. So all the user interfaces where people try to find cars, we make it as simple as possible. All you have to do is put in like the last of the VIN or a piece of the production run or the stock number, and it will find the cars. Or put in any piece of information you have and it will find it for you.
I was just saying, searchability is a huge part of the user interface. Would it be? I
Yes.
mean, right?
Yeah, but it's a very simple user interface. I'd say about 95% of the functionality is just a single line, where just people just say, search and find this for me. And we provide a lot of extra services, but that's the main thing people do, is they just want to know where the car is. It's funny, we're talking about OEMs and haulers, and the system, as Mark had said, is very simple. You just have, on a smartphone, you have our app running in the background. People use their phone normally, but when you are searching for cars, it's also temporarily activating the app, so they will detect where the cars are. One of our OEMs, they had a remote lot, and they were kind of mystified because the information on the lot was very, very timely. Things had been updating the locations of cars very often, far more often than they ever sent employees out to that lot. So they said, well, how is this possible, Michael? We don't even have anybody out there with a phone. How come this data keeps getting updated? Well, it turned out it was the truck haulers.
Wow.
They were going out there and they were using our app to find where the cars are, because they can waste so many hours, as you said, trying to find these cars. So the haulers love us, because now they can go out and they can find these cars quickly. But it's not just the haulers, though. It's other people that visit the lots. For instance, we had a Mannheim lot where we were doing pilot, and we found out that like glass repair places that drive onto the lot.
Safe Light loved us.
Yeah,
Right.
using us quite a bit. Anybody visiting liked it a lot. And when we talked to Mannheim about it, they're saying, well, overall, you've got to look beyond even just the value to our own employees, because if it turns out the carriers and the other people visiting us have a better attitude towards our business, that improves everybody's life. And you got to look beyond the bottom line. You also have to look at employee satisfaction as well as vendor satisfaction.
Can you tell us at all how things are going with you in Mannheim? Is that top secret?
I think we'd rather not talk about it very much. Mannheim's been great for us. They have given us a office for 10 months at one of their locations, and helped us fine tune things. But there's all sorts of things we need.
That's okay. I just throw it out there. Had to. Couldn't resist. Sorry.
I have a question. Let's say you're a transporter and you want to utilize this network and the data. Is there a way, as just can a random person watching this show go, okay, I love it, I want to know where the cars are as much as I can? Can a random user go in and add AutoMap to what they're doing, or what would they need to do? Talk to their supervisor? What needs to happen?
Well, the way it's based, it's because of different companies don't necessarily want everybody to be able to find their cars.
Really?
So, yes.
What?
So the typical installation would require the typical installation would require an email that then the person could then create their own password, and those are restricted to who the company says it wants to be. There was an auction house that we dealt with that said that they wanted anybody that was on the lot to detect it. So then we just used GPS on the phone, and we said, hey, if that person is within half a mile of that auction house, they can go ahead and use it.
Okay.
So you don't have to restrict it based on a username and password. You could also base it on GPS. You could say, people have a valid reason to try to locate a vehicle if they're on the lot. They can see the car anyway, right? Why not? So let's just go ahead and give them access to what's there.
But as permission wise, I mean, it's like, even if we're talking about dealers, one dealer doesn't need to know what is on the lot for another dealer.
A good point.
That login with the email and the password dictates what permissions are allowed for what they can see.
Yeah, because we provide more than just the VIN. We tell them the year, make, model, even the color of the vehicle. And so these are important things that the dealers may not want everybody to know.
Okay,
I got
fine.
a quick question
Competitive
for you.
dealers. Okay.
What is the so when the vehicle's being checked in, say, since this is our world car hauler guys, we'll talk about auctions a lot. So I'm bringing cars to the auction. So this device that you have as you're checking the vehicle in, the auction employee plugs it in. Is that correct?
Yes, a typical case would actually be that very soon after the entry into the auction house, the device is plugged in. There was an auction that even plugged it in right at the entrance gate. You would not allow the car onto the lot until it had this device in, because it's so simple to install. You just plug it in.
So it's plugged in, then it goes through the auction Wednesday, sold. Now I'm still at the auction. I'm going to go get cars. So once I find the car with your app and the technology, the next thing is I'm checking it out. They remove the device before I leave with it.
Yes, there's different ways that could work. One could be to remove it when it's been placed where the truck hauler needs it. But frankly, we find that also a lot of times the people that are supposed to put the car where the truck hauler can find it, they make a mistake as well. There's one place that actually doesn't pull the car, that actually, believe it or not, asks the truck haulers to pull the tractor. And that is facilitated by putting a lanyard on the tractor so it's easy just to see it and pull it out. And then as part of the process of on the exit gate, there's a device at the exit gate that detects whether the tractor's been pulled from the car.
So if it leaves with the car, you're okay with that, or is it something that should be?
No. The exit gate would have a large screen that says this particular year, make, model, color car has a device in it. Please hold it to the side and pull it out.
We want to try to eliminate loss as much as possible, because quite frankly, whoever is going to be purchasing these, that's going to be used on their facility. Now, a trucker or an organization that's shipping the vehicles, a trucker would only have to have, maybe 8 of these, 10 of these in their possession to load into the vehicle themselves if they're going to be tracking that vehicle while it's in transport. That still gives us the visibility, and the other trackers are still the property of, let's say, the auction or the like. So we're keeping that separate is probably the best thing. It'd be great if this could be actually installed and just left in there, but then we're looking at who's ultimately going to end up paying for this.
Right.
So it would be great if we could keep the tracking device in the car throughout the entire supply chain. If it was in the car from the factory through the transportation at the dealer, and we of course would want it needs to be removed when it gets delivered to the customer. But then ultimately that car will end up going back to an auction house if it could get placed back in then as well.
I got another question for you. So if I'm a dealer, let's say I don't like to go to the auction, I just stay at the office and buy online. So I bought 30 cars today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll know, do I have the ability from my office 200 miles away to know when that car has exited the facility?
Yes, if they're using our system, the dealer should be able to actually get a location of the car depending on the frequency that they want it to be updated. Our default is every 2 minutes, but I think a more practical one for a lot of people would be every 30 minutes. Want to be clear, some haulers are very resistant to the idea of being tracked. They don't like the idea of it's an invasion of privacy.
Well, I mean, you have the ELD. Right? I know, I put it up there. The ELD already knows where you are. Right? I mean, invasion of privacy. I'm just here to. I'm playing devil's advocate. That bus has already left.
Yeah,
That's true. And at the same, but at the same time, we're not officially tracking the driver anyway. We're tracking the merchandise.
Okay, right.
So
Okay.
I mean, it's a small but distinct distinction between the ELD and the AutoMap device. So,
Well, Michael, finish what you were saying. I want to hear the end of it real quick.
well, realistically, if a driver wanted to, for us, the driver could simply tell our device to stop tracking these cars, and then the hauler then could have some time where he'd have some privacy, and then hope and turn it on again later. It depends on the business that they're dealing with whether they would accept that or not.
But how does it work? Because the device exits the car as the vehicle exits the auction facility. So why is the carrier worried about it?
No, I'm talking about the case where the carrier actually is being has the tracker remain in the vehicle,
or puts their own tracker into it.
Right. So that the vehicle can be tracked while it's being transported.
I want to say this. This issue came up in Detroit with OEMs regarding connected vehicles of the future, those EVs, AIAG, in that panel. Ty and I were there. This privacy issue keeps coming up. It's interesting. As technology and convenience keep blazing forward at lightning speed, the privacy question comes up. I'm a proponent of privacy. I just don't know who has it anymore.
Yeah. Well, for us,
Google.
an early issue that hit us about 4.5-5 years ago was when a major bank was partnering with us. And the reason they wanted to deal with us was because they were concerned about a dealership that would accidentally let a tracking device stay in the car when it was delivered. And then they were worried about lawsuits. And that's the reason the bank loved us. Well, one of the reasons was because once the vehicle leaves the car dealership lot, we cannot say where it is. Because not until they drive that car back to the lot and comes within range of someone's phone who happens to be on the lot. So at that point, the person could see the car anyway visually. So it helps a lot with our device in that we give more privacy than you might think, because even if it's accidentally left in, unless there's someone that is actively scanning, has a scanner running on their phone, we don't know where it is. And similar to the driver, I mean, if the driver really wanted privacy, perhaps he or she could negotiate saying, I will, activate my phone once a day or every hour on the hour or something. And that way the driver would have control of his or her own privacy.
Right. I mean, if you're off duty and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. It's interesting how much integration you have to tackle between each individual vehicle. Just the technology you put into the device itself. And then the interface, right? Because there must be some dashboard that you've built of some type that interfaces all the vehicles. So you can generate those reports, the real-time maps, all of that stuff. And then interfacing with all of the companies and then the levels of permission. No wonder you have 4 monitors.
Oh.
5. I
Yes.
love it. Yeah, actually, my IT guy has the vertical set. I love that.
Okay, actually, you can't see. There's another 4 right above here.
Wow,
dude, it is the Matrix.
That is the Matrix.
That's awesome, man.
It's scary to go into his office.
It's gotta be. I mean, that you really do have a lot on your plate. It's amazing.
It's a lot of fun. I tell you, if I won the lottery, I would just keep doing what I do today.
Right on.
Love my work.
Me too. Yeah, totally. Wow. Hey, by the way, we have a PowerPoint presentation, and we have some other stuff. do you want to go through some of those, or what do you want to do next?
We could. I mean, I just have our basic PowerPoint. This kind of demonstrates the system, but I mean, we have explained it pretty good, but visualization sometimes helps.
It does, and here's the thing: is that people tune in, people tune out. We take another bite at the apple. You know, maybe the third bite is incredible what we've got going on. So let's do it. Now, do you want me to share it? I can do that.
Sure. Why don't you share it?
Yeah.
Since you seem to have things going on there.
I do okay. I mean, other than, you know, a deep Barry White voice for half the show, but you know, let's do. I saw this reading view works pretty well. All right, so here we go. So, AutoMap, vehicle tracking solutions, 10 plus years in the making. You guys know that you started with now. Did you start with RFID?
Yes.
You did, and then you realized moving into the OBD2, Bluetooth, GPS, saves on cost, improves on ability, and then we go to the next.
And
slide.
removes the infrastructure.
And it removes the infrastructure. Right? I knew you'd say it better than I did. And so, what is AutoMap? What does it monitor? Number one.
Location, time, and date. And this is going to be the last time it was seen by a device. So obviously, you know, if somebody's not near it to read it, we're not going to be doing it in quote unquote real time, unless there was a long range antenna that we have that has about a 75-yard radius for Bluetooth. And we can pick up 600 or plus cars with just one of those antennas. And that would give real time.
That's another amazing piece of technology. That scanning, that automatic scanning, as long as somebody has the app open, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said with SafeLight, right? Right? Yeah, because they're always showing up at places. They don't know exactly where they're going. They have an address, year, make, and model. But this saves them all kinds of time.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's so critical for them because you know they get paid by the job, and they can get through their jobs a lot quicker. A salesperson at the dealership is going to be paid obviously by the sale, and if it takes somebody 45 minutes to an hour to find a car rather than 5 minutes, that customer is going to be irritated, obviously, to the point of possibly leaving. So we want to make sure that their KPIs and their customer satisfaction ratings are up when they're going into F&I. They could probably sell more F&I with a happy customer in there. And then, of course, just saving the time and efficiency of finding these vehicles when they need to be moved from one section to the next. You know, there's some intangibles that are almost impossible to quantify and how much we save. So it's, yeah, but we know that they're there. So, anyway.
No, I love it. I'm thinking about it. Okay, battery voltage level. I like that one a lot. Tell me more. Tell me all the scenarios and reasons why this is important.
Well,
Actually, can I talk?
Go for it, Michael. Go, Michael.
So all of these things are set up with reports. So you could just query our system and say, show me the cars that have low batteries. But with the spirit of, you know, going after automation, what we have are automated reports that go out. You can tell the system, hey, send a map of the vehicles that have a low battery to Jim Bob every Monday night, and let him know where those are. And as well as with an email saying, hey, Jim Bob, these cars have low batteries. You probably want to start them before you have to end up jump starting them or replacing the battery.
Man, isn't that the truth?
Same with this location, time, and date. Next thing up here's just go ahead and continue forward. Yeah, reducing battery replacements can be very expensive. One of our customers tells us that it costs them $500 every time they have to change a battery. And the specifications for them are if the battery level gets to a certain level, they just have to replace it. Whether it's and it's
right, because you can't get it, you can't save it.
No, you
Too
can't.
far
So,
gone.
fuel level, same there. And engineer codes. Now, for an auction, if you think about engineer codes, I'm not sure if you guys are really familiar with the auction houses. They're really interesting. Dealers will zero out their engineer codes before they drop their car off at an auction. And then often, though, just the few days that a car is at an auction, that engineered error code can pop up again. So a lot of times right before a car comes in line, or even when it's in line, other dealers are crawling on their hands and knees, plugging in a diagnostic system into the OBD port to try to detect engine error codes, because those are the cars they want to buy. And then also problem is when a car comes up online, a dealer can look in and see that a check engine error light's on, and the car's about to be bid on by them. They don't have an idea what that check engine light is for. And by us reporting the error codes to the auction house can go ahead and display that live and say this was the problem. And so it
awesome.
kind of this sort of hide and seek thing with the dealers zeroing out their engine error codes and other people trying to find them is taken away by.
Wow. Yeah, no, I can imagine many scenarios on that.
Also on the engineer codes, the dealers use it for their service managers automatically get reports saying, hey, these vehicles have these engineer problems. And when we report the engineer problem, also we put a hot link in there that will automatically bring up a description of what that engineer code does and how severe it is. But we have testimonials from service managers saying that it actually has generated revenue for their service department. Thinking about
big stops.
Yeah. Thinking about logistics here. If a recall happens, then the time that it takes, a lot of the times these dealerships are small enough that the person actually going out to get that vehicle is their service tech, who's expensive. And having that service tech wasting time trying to find the vehicle is not the good way to go. So we can now automatically say, hey, here's the vehicle. This is where it is. Logistics is another thing we can say. We have a history of where this vehicle has been on the lot or on the yard. So like an OEM could use it to say that we know this vehicle has gone through these various tests or these repairs, or same with at a car dealership or in an auction house. We can say this is where the vehicle's been, so you actually know that the vehicle has had various services done.
Oh man, yeah, that's good.
Or why has it been in accessories for 5 days when it should have been there for 1? Or repair for, it's like, why are things caught up in the muck here? Let's get things moving on. Where's the bottleneck happening?
When you have that location data begs other questions. Why? That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. Location history. Provides automated reporting of all of these factors, right? So then, hey, that's what I was going to ask you. Is there a visual of the reports? Did I see that? Did I see it?
No, Michael might have one. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got a demonstration here. Is there any way for me to take control?
Sure. If I click Stop Share, then you'll see, I think in the bottom, there's a button. On mine, it's green. It says Share. When I hover with my mouse, I see this Share button. Okay. You can click that. Now, that will share your desktop. So anything on your desktop, those emails with the money rolling in and all that. Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, my bank account.
Right. There we go.
So this is a simple report just showing.
Cool.
This is just a simple report showing vehicles. This is ordered by age. Red indicates a problem. So these are vehicles that have been on the lot a certain period of time. Dealers care, auction houses care. Everybody cares how long a car has been on the lot or been on the yard. And nothing's happened. So we have it in red. This is number of days. You can see the battery reports here. I'm not sure. Maybe if I zoom in, you can see it a little bit better. You know.
And yeah, you can zoom in on some images. And well, you can do, I think if you do control plus or control minus or shift plus or shift minus, it'll adjust the screen zoom size. But I can see it pretty good. But I know
Okay.
what you mean. I mean, yeah, right when you get into like the minutia of the numbers, but that's okay too.
Yeah. So fuel level, battery level.
Yeah, I see like a
Um,
battery. Yeah, that's pretty neat. So 12 point. What is that? What is that number? Is that
Voltage.
a? Oh, it's
that's
a
a
voltage.
volts, 12.2 volts. It's a battery picture of a battery there.
Gotcha. And it is a picture of a battery. And then the age. What's the age?
That's how many days it's been on the yard or lot.
Nice.
No matter where you are, you want to
Gives you a
have
fuel
move.
percentage. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is just a cursory view, right? I mean,
Right.
we could start to really drill down. And you got it right. You can't go too far.
I think by zooming in, I may have messed things up. I
Oh,
was zooming here at
I
400%.
just deleted Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, gone back to normal. But also you can, let's see.
By the way, in the live chat, we have a few people trying to help Brian figure out a solution for. Looks like he's trying to sell his trailer. And then, by the way, Ty, this rolls into what you were talking about, car hauler Armageddon. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it sounds. Here's the thing. We've been saying this. You were saying this, and it's reminded me. Well, we're telling people, listen. I'm not sure if car hauling is for everybody. Right? This is a
we've been
tough
saying that for a while.
gig. It's tough. So
Yeah.
anybody out there that's like saying, easy peasy 1, 2, 3 I don't know, man. I would run away from anything easy peasy.
Hey, Michael, what's on the far right of that? See where it has the last seen the date? What happens if you go farther to the right? What's over there?
That is the name of the lot that it's in, or what is a lot of times a dealership or the auction's going to say it's in lot number this, or you've got a fancy name for it. Like we were earlier was the ones that were called Wildcat. They're just GPS zones that, if that is detected within that GPS zone, it is named on that as well, just for an easier representation of, I can go to that lot without having even to, bring up the map as of yet. They could just kind of know, what's on that lot.
So here we go. Let's bring it back to the show real quick. Here's a good one for you. Let's say I'm a 1-ton 3-car guy, and I get all my cars off the load board, and I have a dispatcher. So if I wanted 3 of these devices that I can plug into the 3 cars that are on my trailer at any given time, how much does the device itself cost?
$40.
Okay. So there's $40, and then it's pinged off of my cell phone, or it's pinged off of, how does that work? Do I have to pay
your
for
cell
the
phone.
service?
Yep.
We got
It's
it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. Got a great question as part of what Ty is talking about. Great question. By the way, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the share, and I'm going to bring us back. Okay, so great question in the live chat. Here it is. Ready? What differentiates AutoMap from other OBD trackers? Does it have GPS capability?
So what differentiates it are the main 2 things really are price and the battery drain. If you look at things like, I think Geico has been, they have their own OBD device you plug into your car, and it keeps track of it for insurance reasons, helps your insurance. But if you let the car sit long enough, you'll find that you have a dead battery after a while. When we first created this device about 6 years ago, we found that our first test lot of 110 cars, we ended up draining 94 batteries in the first 4 weeks. And it's because despite all the calculations and everything, there's some things going on that kind of proprietary, rather not talk about, but that that amount of battery drain. So we've had adjusted through trial and error and a lot of engineering. We've come up with a system that would drain the battery eventually. If this tractor was on the battery all by itself, it would drain the battery in about 6 years. Battery drain is significant.
Wow.
Occasionally we hear people ask, well, why don't the dealers just use OnStar? Because every General Motors car comes with OnStar. The reason is, and I've seen the documentation from OnStar itself, they turn off OnStar after 5 days of the car not being turned on. That's the difference between these lots and these yards and a consumer. A person drives his or her car eventually. These cars may be sitting on the lot for 2 months, 6 months, a year, and we do not want to drain that battery. That's one of the very significant things.
And if you had an entire lot filled with OnStar vehicles, there's really no way for, let's just say, the dealer to get a comprehensive map or a comprehensive listing of all those cars as well, because it's really not made for commercial use. It's meant for the end user.
Right. There's no user interface. I guess I'm looking at it from the technology point. That's a very good point, though, Mark. The other thing is price. Looking at the initial purchase of the device, which can be used over many years, and the monthly service fee we have, our price comes into about 1/8 of other devices that are out there. So the price and battery usage are really our two strongest strengths.
Cool. Well, see, I was looking at it from thinking of car guys, carriers that might be interested in this to give updated information to the people, the shipper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I was a 3-car guy and I bought 3, that's $40 a piece, and then you said there's a monthly subscription.
Yeah, like 85 cents a month.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's yeah,
So see,
it's pretty insignificant.
Yeah, well, I can see it as an opportunity to set yourself apart as a carrier, that you provide an additional service that nobody else has. So for an extra $10 a car or $20 a car or whatever, all you can do, I'll send you a link and you can follow your car till it gets to your lot. And you'd be shocked how many car dealers would probably be happy to pay $10 extra just for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for the large shippers, we're talking about quantity. The price per unit for these things goes down with the quantity, just like everything else. I will guarantee you that a mom and pop's dealership is not paying the same rate as Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
But that's possible, what Ty was saying. So you could have let's say you had a 5-car guy says, hey, I want 5 devices and a subscription. He could do that?
Absolutely.
That's a pretty cool idea. Man, you knocked it out of the park. That is a great idea.
Hey man, I don't come on here just for fun, guys.
Well, no, actually, it's an interesting, Ty, because we haven't really looked at that particular market model, which is interesting because we do look at very small mom and pop car dealerships that are audited by banks. That maybe a bank has 2 cars on the lot that they're auditing, where truck carrier, that does make a lot of sense.
It could. I mean, I was just trying to figure out a way to integrate it with the carrier so that you guys could have a different market. But at the same time, as a carrier, I owned a fleet of 20 trucks. So as a carrier, I can say, I really don't need another expense. Just call me. I'll tell you where your cars are. Oh, they're not there yet, But if you really wanted to separate yourself, if you really wanted to add additional value as a service provider, this would, to me, be a great opportunity and really not that expensive. Like you said, once you buy the device, as long as you remember to pull it out, you use it on the next 3, right?
Yep. Now, I know different people in my company are talking to large truck carriers, but it's the small ones that's a new idea. I don't know, Mark. I'm the technical guy. I'm not familiar with all the markets we're into. Maybe Mark has already been dealing with this, or one of the guys that works with. Yeah,
I've got some things going on that until they come to fruition, of course. But I'm definitely a big picture guy on this.
Well,
but I so appreciate Ty bringing in into the perspective of the smaller user that could be a part of this as well. But that just goes to reflect that this can be used under so many different circumstances and situations, and it doesn't matter what size a carrier or carrier group is. It's going to add to their service. So, we try to make this for everybody.
Cool. I like it.
I was going to say the bigger picture, obviously, is that the devices are in all the cars where you pick up for a carrier, right? An auction lot, a dealership.
Oh.
That the device is already in the car when you get there, because that's how you knew where to go. Right?
Yeah, but it doesn't leave with you.
So,
But
no.
That's if that auction.
I mean, I know you were talking about that, but it's interesting.
It stays.
But I'm playing, I'm thinking of it as a carrier. Isn't for a carrier, they need to know where it is when they get to it. Once they got it on the truck, they don't care where it is because they know it's on the truck.
they're customer carriers, though.
And that's why I was wondering why it didn't just stay in the car the whole time. But
Because the auction paid for it.
yeah, the auction paid for it.
That's their property
Well, then
now.
you swap it out, huh? Is that what we're saying? We're doing a swap out. That's why
Yeah.
they call it the old swap out program.
It's either that or the auction charges a little something extra, and maybe they get a rebate when it gets mailed back to them.
But you could swap it out, right? Yeah, that
Yeah,
happens
I mean,
all the time. Everybody
that's-
mails everything.
That's a serious consideration,
It is
especially with the
interesting.
OEMs. If we can get them to go in, and then if they charge the dealer a little extra to for the shipping charge, and then that dealership can get their money back by returning that to a processing center and just get it back to the OEM. They just have a nice circle of units going through here.
Okay, MM said it. Technology is great, but I have yet to hear or read when it will improve the driver, owner, operator's pay. Brass tacks, man.
Charge more for the service. You're providing something extra.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
you could look at.
I mean that's just blunt talk.
No, wait a minute. We've already established that it helped that the carriers like it because it makes it faster for them to pick up the cars.
Right, so you're saving money.
So that
saving
is a
money
save.
and time. Yeah, saving money and time. So there you go.
Which
MM,
could
it's
be-
time savings of money.
Yeah, just because you're not making money doesn't mean you're not saving money. So
Cool.
if you're saving money, you're making money.
That's what your accountant will tell you.
Time is money, right?
Yeah.
So you want to bitch and moan and cry about 4 hours to find one car in the
Oh.
freaking auction, or do you want to bitch and cry about $40 for a device?
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's true. Here's the thing: is I can name days.
Which one do you want to bitch and cry about?
I bet you I could add up 30 days where 30 instances. Thank you. 30 instances where a driver said to me, "Don't send me back there. It takes 2 hours to find a car." I hear it all
It's
the
terrible.
time.
It's awful.
You lose 2 hours at an auction, and then you watch this show, and you'll be begging for this technology.
True. Go find a car in an auction, man.
So there
Terrible.
you go. MM, I'm going to book you a car at the biggest auto auction I can find.
Go find it.
Yeah. At night. There you go. In the
Go
rain.
find a different crowd,
Midnight
Mark.
in the rain.
You
Right?
hear me, Mark? It's a different crowd here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. It's actually my kind of crowd. I'm just trying to stay civil and keep it under wraps.
We all are.
Yeah, if you-
Believe
if
me,
you-
we're all trying to keep it civil.
It's
So
a
if you ask
family.
Michael, I'm a little bit more volatile than I'm presenting myself right now.
But if
So
getting back to this idea of the tractor being taken out at the auction, think about the benefit to everybody if they could just leave it in. Because where
I
are
know,
those
that's what
cars
I'm
going?
thinking.
Where are those cars going? Most of those cars are going to used car dealers.
40 million.
And who cares? And who cares about the cars that are on the used car dealer lots? Well, the used car dealer and the bank that's funding them. The bank's going to do an audit. Used car dealers are very often prone to go out of business, and they have to be audited often.
Yeah, are small banks still doing floor plans?
Yes, they are, but they're not all necessarily checking. Now, a lot. It's amazing to me too. The small credit unions and such. You know, we have another thing like 2008 come around, and it's going to be scary.
Oh,
thank you.
I don't know if it's an if, man.
Yep.
But
if you could picture that tracker leaving the auction, being on the car in the carrier, getting dropped off at this mom and pop used car store, and continue to be there because now the bank cares about it. Frankly, these little used car stores, they don't need our trackers to locate their vehicles. They can step out their door and they can see the vehicles, right? But the banks care a lot.
Oh yes.
And so, let's see if
well, and here's another one, Chris Sorbone. He's been waiting, very patient. What's the time frame this will be a common tool at the auctions? This is a tough question. I know this is a wild one.
The market is huge to fill the market.
Right. I mean,
I'll let Mark answer because he's way more optimistic than I am.
It's going to take a while for any type of consistency because I know that Mannheim is trying to come out with their own system. ADESA coming out with theirs, but quite frankly, I respect the fact that they went out and tried to do something on their own, but as for decreasing the human error and the results that I've seen, it's very tough to try to break into somewhere when they've already invested a lot into their own systems, and I can see where that'd be an issue. The independent auctions, however, I feel has a great potential for this because they're not tied down to any type of large corporate structure that would have to dictate what they do. So I think that for the independent auctions, we would be a really great solution for that. And as time goes on, maybe we will be able to get a foothold in ADESA or Mannheim in the future, and bring a little bit of consistency to the industry. And unfortunately, this is what the entire industry needs. It needs a standard to go by. It's great for competition that everybody's trying to do their own thing. But when everybody does their own thing and it's all spread around like a shotgun, communication and integration tend to fall by the wayside. And my goal is to help provide some of that standardization in the industry and make something accessible for everyone that is not beholden to anybody.
This stuff gets okay. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Ty and I get excited about vehicle tracking and this type of technology, and also as far as the prediction of when this will become standardized. I agree with you that this industry is begging for this level of technology. I've seen the OEMs try and predict driverless vehicles and electric vehicle mass market penetration and other tough to predict, when is this going to be mass market? It has to be less than 5 years. Can this industry wait another 5 years for mass penetration of this level of technology? I don't think it will. And so then I start to walk backwards. I mean, 2 to 3 years? That still seems like a long time. But could it take that long?
Well, this is my only opinion, and I've heard this from others too. The amount of telematics, the self-driving electrical vehicles, it's going to take longer than we think for these things to occur.
That's what OEMs keep saying.
Well, I hear a lot of ambitious talk coming. Oh, we're going to have self-driving.
That's
and
what the
everything
lawyers
like
say.
We talked about that earlier,
Well,
didn't we?
But seriously, Ty and I heard this in Raleigh too, and we heard it in Detroit. If you get a group of experts and professionals together, the debate rages on. These timelines are just going to keep going out. But this level of technology, which you guys are talking about tonight, it already exists. Why should it take us 10 years to make it standard? Ty.
Because nobody wants to get along. Everybody's proprietary, everybody's secret. Nobody wants to share their information. And if somebody happens to get this information, then, oh my God, what happens now, Jay?
You're fired?
Well, I don't know. Google already knows. Ask Google what happens.
I don't know, man.
That's why I like to say that we're agnostic.
Yeah, and that's a good point.
Exactly.
That's a really
I don't
good
care
point.
who we work with. I just want somebody to want to work with us. If somebody wants to work with us, use our APIs, it's going to be golden. We are going to create that standard. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to throw millions into something that already exists.
I already
For
made
God's
that
sake,
10 years ago.
Hey, Ty, we've already got that.
We've already got that. I'll show you. I got 2 of them in the back. We
No.
hear that a lot.
Oh, no, I
Like, it's
can't.
a
Oh, no, I can't.
joke.
Yeah, I can't show you, but we already got that.
We already got
Yeah, we already got that.
that. We just need to borrow your API so we can show you.
Glad to do that.
What's fun is I don't even know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. I
dude,
just
what?
That's
In-
okay. That's
in
okay.
One ear out the other, dude. You know, this is what I like about the discussion panel is that right. We got to the brass tacks. I think there's several people in the live chat that have a pretty good handle on what you're talking about. And hey, Chris says thank you because we talked about the time frames. You know what's neat about this is it gives us an opportunity to now we know each other a little bit better. And folks, you know, watching the show and then afterwards will understand a little bit better. And also, I know there are people watching they're not going to live chat. They're not going to let anybody know that they're watching. There are some there are some companies watching right now that are never going to tell anybody that they watch this. Do you watch Auto Transport Intel? What is that? Meanwhile,
Hey.
you know, delete, and the
encourage them to
laptop is
get-
shutting. You know.
I encourage them to get in touch with me. I mean, if they were interested, they grabbed my email off of the slide, mark.sargent@automap.us.
I'm glad you said that.
They-
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna.
said, get a hold of me. I mean, and you know, if you know, I like to think that if I don't have the answer for you, I'm going to find it one way or another.
Map.
And if I don't know it, I'll give it to Michael.
Mark, I just typed your email address in the live chat. Okay.
Wonderful.
What's a good phone number if anybody wanted to call the company? Is there
844.
what?
So it's
8.
844-777-7009. Look it up real quick here.
844. I hear you. Right.
It's one of those things I always use my
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Andrew, I know you're listening. Type it in there.
Right.
yeah, so it's no, that's the wrong number.
I haven't typed anything yet. I mean, I typed it, but I didn't hit enter.
I hope Andrew's still there.
I didn't push it out. Let's see reports.
Yeah, so it's actually printed on our trackers.
Oh,
844. It's 844. Yeah, 777-7009.
Okay.
Like this.
Email or call AutoMap. Oh, and then also the website is, I'm going to type it in a browser so that when I copy it, it is clickable. Do that, put in and there's the website, automap.us, which was also the answer to the CTS Business Coaching question of the day. Ty.
I just wanted to tell everybody, Mark and Michael, it was really cool to meet you guys. I like what you're doing.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks for coming on the show, too.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be in touch. If you
Yeah,
ever need anything, holler.
Yeah, let's do this again tomorrow.
Totally.
Okay.
7 a.m.
Your time, that's like 5 my time.
I'm gonna be at Used Car Week. I would love to see you guys. Yeah, you're gonna be there.
I'll be there.
We're gonna have a cup of coffee. That's excellent. That's excellent.
And if anyone's going there, be sure to get in touch with me. I'll be happy to meet up with you.
Anybody who's going to be there. So
it's gonna be big.
It'll be a good
It's gonna
one.
be big. So guys, thank you so much for your time and participation. This really was fun. I knew it was.
Yeah, my pleasure. My
Good
pleasure.
job.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
For the opportunity to let everybody-
Woo! I know it feels good, doesn't it?
I don't know, I'm kind of bald up here, so it doesn't work as well for me.
It's all right. Me too. Me too, man.
It's kind of scary seeing you that way, Michael.
I love it.
Well, you guys have a good night.
All right, you too, guys. Thanks so much.
And thank you, everybody,
All
for
right.
tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man, dude, that's fun. Let's go ahead and you know what I like about that's why I tell people it is a 2-hour show format, because what other way is there to, you know, spend time, get to know, dive through the information, and then dive through it again, you know. Listen, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to watch Auto Transport Intel. It means so much to have you here every Tuesday night. You know, I am here every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 2-hour show. I'm at my 2-hour mark, so I know it's time to go. People got to get up early and work, and, you know, the time that you spend with me. And if you watch this on demand and you make it to the end, I want to thank you. Again, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, click the notification bell, tell your neighbors. And I really appreciate it. I do enjoy Tuesday night. It means a lot to me that you're here. I thank you. And for the Facebook folks, for the YouTube folks, and then, you know, I do social media throughout the week. Doing a lot more LinkedIn now. Change the Facebook page, Auto Trans Intel, so please be sure to go there. Sorry for the inconvenience. There's also a new LinkedIn page, Auto Transport Intel. It's either Auto Transport Intel or Auto Trans Intel. Those are the names that I use. I'm on Twitter. I've got to change the Instagram page also. So just a lot of things over time change, but hopefully the YouTube channel, it's still the place to be every Tuesday night, and the word is out. Some of the conversations I'm having now, they amaze me, and I'm so thankful. So if I've talked to you recently, thank you for your conversation, your time, and participation and thoughts about Auto Transport Intel as part of your future. If you haven't been on the show, the invitation is open. Please let me know. You can email me, autotransportintel@gmail.com. And that goes for if you want to send me industry news, something for me to include. Hey, Candy, I hear you have a podcast, so we need to see that. Let us know more about that. Next week, listen, the question has come up. Are dispatchers illegal? Well, I don't know, man. I don't think so, but we're going to talk about it. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to meet MCIEF. It's an insurance organization. That's in 2 weeks. Richard Bryn will be back. Tommy Rook will be here. And then in 3 weeks, I'll be at Used Car Week. So, and then we've got some more stuff. There's some insurance stuff and some brokering stuff happening in November. So that's great, man. Lots of stuff scheduled. Guys, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Oh, by the way, listen, ACV Auctions. Are you signed up with their load board? Go to acvauctions.com/ATI. Get signed up. I've seen a lot of talk about low rates. I know, man. Rates are a killer. If you're looking for better rates, looking for another place to stay loaded, acvauctions.com/ATI. Be sure to check that out. Also, looking for a dispatcher? Murphy Auto Dispatch Services. man, definitely find out more about Sue and Murphy Auto Dispatch Services, Murphy Auto Transport. She's got a lot of knowledge. She's nice. She's got a crew, and she is all about knowing what's on the load boards and how to keep drivers loaded. So go ahead and check that out. Listen, guys, I'll be back next Tuesday night, of course. And also, you may have noticed I updated the car hauling video. But if you haven't noticed, watch closely. You'll see some footage you've never seen before. Listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really, 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 really mean that. It means a lot. And I love it, man. When people comment in the YouTube, I love that too. Thank you guys so much, and be safe out on the road. I know it's crazy out there. So be safe. Have a better tomorrow. Improve your business. Let me know how I can help. Thanks for watching Auto Transport Intel. I'll see you next Tuesday night.